Coming to you from the heart of the Pacific, brought to you by Paulie by Design.
Respected at all times.
Broadcasting from San Francisco, California, the city by the bay.
It's about to go down.
We shine on positive Pacific Islander role model every Sunday.
Party on a Sunday.
From 10 a.m. to noon, it's time for the iconic Faika podcast with your hosts,
Listening to
Nackie and Carl.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, did you know Arlene Blenko fought this week? Anger Fist?
Did she?
Yeah.
Who did she fight?
She fought Cyborg for the Bellator
Oh, dang.
World Championship.
Did she win?
Lost. She lost. But congratulations for getting the title shot to Arlene Blenko, the Bellator Women's Mixed Martial Arts.
That's awesome.
Fought for the world title on Thursday night, I think. Came up short, but we salute her for her efforts, and she's always exciting to watch.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good morning, everybody. It's
Good morning.
Episode 37 of Season 4 of the Faika broadcast, and I'm your host, Carl. With me, your lovely host, Nackie. Good morning, Nackie.
Good morning.
Today, we got too many things to talk about. I'm not even going to go through them all. We just have a ton of stuff that happened this week. There's always the politics to have fun about. That it was a fun week as well. And yeah, so we're going to get through the show. That is our show. Nackie,
That's
what's
awesome.
up?
Good morning, Eddie. Brother Eddie is checking in from Hawaii.
Eddie.
Maury. Good morning, Maury.
Morning, Maury.
Brother George and Sister Rebecca are on. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Ka Hisatake, if you could inbox me, I need to talk. I need to talk to you. I've been trying to get a hold of you. Good morning, Vic. Good morning with your beautiful grandbaby. Good morning, everyone. So this week we were crazy busy. Of course, I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so I'm unreachable during those times. But we had, oh my gosh, Koviki talk. We had the multi-county convening Pacific Islander COVID-19 chit chat yesterday.
That was awesome. We're going to get into that.
We're going to get into that.
First
That
of
was
its
crazy.
kind, too.
Very first of its kind. That was put on by the regional Pacific Islander COVID-19 response team, Tao and Natalie and Kekoa. So congratulations to them for a great event. Yesterday, what was yesterday? Saturday?
Yesterday, we went down south.
We went down south. Yesterday was we went to Brother Augie and Sister Jen's house to go see Sister Gina, who is visiting from Las Vegas. And they had a COVID-19 social gathering. Everybody masked up, everybody gloves or bump
Distanced.
fists. So that
Socially
was good.
distanced.
I
They
know.
took the
I'm going
food.
to post my pictures, but
Yeah.
just don't get it twisted. We were social distancing and wearing our mask. I took my mask off so that you can see my face when we take our picture. Cause
Yeah, they put the food inside.
Yes.
So you could go in big groups at a time and then
Right.
go get your food, get your plate, and then come back outside.
Right.
And their house, the layout outside is such a huge yard. that
Yes. Oh
there
my
were
God.
People out front. There were people along the side, and there were people in the
Yes.
back. So
Yes.
plenty of room, open air. It was nice breeze going through.
Beautiful.
Man, it was hot.
It was hot yesterday.
96, 95 degrees.
If you're in
out there.
California and it's October, almost Halloween, and it's 90 degrees outside, you're like, what the hell?
Especially in the Bay, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like San Francisco's best weather is in the beginning of October.
Yeah.
Like
It's
people,
like
it's funny.
60s.
You see tourists show up in like July in shorts and a tank top, and you see them freeze
Freezing.
their butts off.
Yeah.
Especially at Giants games. I used to always see that, and you
Oh
could
my
tell
God, freezing
who had
crazy.
been to a Giants game before
Yeah.
and who hadn't. Because if you're at a game that's going to go into the evening, you had a backpack,
blanket.
yeah, and so you may be in shorts and a t-shirt in the second inning.
Yeah.
But if you don't have clothes to change into and that sun goes down on you, you're either leaving or you're
Yep.
going up to buy one of those $150 sweatshirts
Right.
that they sell.
Yeah, it's crazy. So San Francisco weather is no joke. Though lately, like I work in the city, so it was like 82 degrees
Crazy.
when I got off at 6:30 p.m. It was 82 degrees, and I was like, earthquake weather. I screamed at it in the parking lot, and they were like, no. Good morning to Helen. Good morning, Sister Yvette. Good morning, Yvette.
Morning, vet.
Chanel, good morning. And Nele Rodriguez Tayamanuia, Washington State
Washington in the
checking
house.
in. So yesterday we hung out at Brother Augie's house. He barbecued salmon, shrimp, seafood. It was seafood. We got to see both Gina's, Sister Gina.
Good stuff. Asparagus.
Yes, asparagus.
I didn't ever seen so much vegetables and fruit on at a family gathering.
Yes.
It was
well,
nice to
everybody's
see.
trying to be healthy now. So lots of greens, lots of vegetables, lots of seafood. Not too much meat. And we usually are meat heavy.
There wasn't. You don't see one of our family barbecues where there's not steak
or
and there's
brisket.
not the chicken, normal like teriyaki chicken.
Nope. It was all seafood, which is really refreshing. Sister Lisa, good morning. Geraldine, Ruello, Pedro, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Sister Lisa, for tuning in.
We could ask you to share the podcast. We're going to go over, actually, one of the topics we have today is ranked choice voting.
Right.
And I think it's misunderstood. And it actually, studies show that it does hurt voter turnout because people don't understand it. So it does hurt voter turnout initially. And then after a couple of years, like in San Francisco, it did hurt voter turnout initially. And then the voter turnout returned to the levels that it had before. But it's because the voters don't understand it. So we're going to go through that in detail. We're going to talk about London Breed's 2018 mayoral election.
Right.
We're going to go round by round and explain how that happened. So share this out.
Share. We're going to go over voting. And then we're going to go over some emergency procedure. Are you ready in case of a disaster or emergency happens? I got you. So Wahine Meru, good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Share. So we're in San Jose yesterday. It's 1,000,000 degrees, and we're in the Augie's beautiful home. He has huge property, and we got to talk to Papa for a while. Uncle Teeny is 81 years old, and we're doing an elder series, and so it was so good to talk to him. We talked to him for like an hour, and then I went to go eat, and Carl continued talking to him. And then so if you don't follow Shasha Sweets, SHA, she makes the best chocolate chip cookies, and they're called JJ's cookies after our nephew that passed away from leukemia. Those were his favorite cookies, Charlene's chocolate chip cookies. And so when we were leaving, Charlene gave me my cookie stash.
Come home like a hero.
Came home like a hero.
Like a conquering hero returning with the spoils of war.
My kids love Charlene's cookies. So go follow Shasha Sweets on Instagram and Facebook. And you have to try the JJ chocolate chip cookies. They are the bomb. And then she has these cupcakes. Yellow cupcakes, pineapple frosting. Oh my God.
It was good.
I'm always talking about food.
Yeah, so we did just go over how healthy the food choices were at the pool table, and it was all good until Charlene showed up, and then she brought boxes of really good stuff.
Right, and all her stuff are homemade, like they're made from scratch. No box in that house. So
she had some. So she had some yellow cake left over, and she didn't know what to do with it, and she ends up. And this is just the creativity that she has. And if you have her food, you'll benefit from this creativity.
Yes.
She had leftover cake, and so she took it and she put it in these little cups. And she put whipped cream and strawberries and blueberries in it, and it was a parfait.
Oh my
and
God, it was
there was
so
a
good.
whole. I mean, those were so good, and it was leftover cake. She was like, "What am I going to do with it?
What am I going to do with it?" So she did a great job yesterday with her sweets. So Shasha Sweets, go check her out. Brother Lecky, good morning.
Good morning, Lecky.
So we hung out there, talked to Papa, got amazing stories of Samoa and coming to California.
Joining the military. Going overseas.
And being a Pacific Islander in the 30s, 40s, 50s. I mean, like he was born in the 30s, right? Born in the 30s, and then he joined the military and traveled the world, came to California, went back to Samoa to compare how it differs from when he grew up to now. So it's amazing story, and we're going to be sharing that soon. I love that series because we get to talk to the elders and get them on video.
That's really something we want to do long term. What we'd like to do is document families' elders.
Yes,
and
yes.
if we can get the funding and we can figure out a way to do it, what we'd like to do is just go to a family's home and maybe over a couple days, because it's probably not something, after an hour, that's a lot of talking. And then just document, how they grew up, how they came to America, the difference between, and we didn't get that far, but just the stories of, joining the Air Force because he liked the way the uniform looked.
Yeah.
Like he walked past a poster and saw a picture of somebody in the Air Force uniform, and he thought, wow, I like the way the uniform looks. And he went and signed up.
Right. That was an awesome story. So, Lisa, the spelling again is Shasha Sweets, Shasha. She was asking about the sweets, so I just want to make sure we direct her in the right direction. And so,
social media, right? You can find her on
social media. Check her out on Facebook and Instagram, and just go check out her sweets. She does parties. She throws parties, and she does a great job. But her JJ chocolate chip cookies are the best. So, yes, we're doing the Elder Series. Sorry, we were gonna go into. Talking about that, we're going, and we're going to continue to do that. I think we're doing 3 and then putting them out, and then we're going to just continue to do that. Get your elders in front of the camera, let them tell their story, so that sometimes families don't hear what their elders have gone through and the struggles that they've been through, because all you see is the happy, or they'll tell you a little bit, but we got into like deep details.
I don't think that
the family knew.
And that happens with a microphone and a camera.
Right.
Sometimes you'll have people kind of clam up and they don't feel real comfortable, and it takes a while. Other people, it's like the time to tell their story, and they get the details out there about their life, about about him growing up in Samoa. Those were amazing stories.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
Like asking him about like what was healthcare like, and he said aspirin.
Yeah, there was no healthcare back then.
That was the healthcare was.
Yeah, so Taua aletoa palea vi faulotoi. Thank you for joining Mu Ingafo. Good morning, Mu.
And that's why Nackie reads the
I'm
names.
trying to get it. Talofa Samoa is tuned in. First Lady Audrey, good morning.
Good morning.
Talofa Samoa, good
morning. We
morning.
may see her later today.
Well, First Lady Audrey, if you're home later in the afternoon, we're going to stop by. Check out your audio again, because you guys are pushing buttons you shouldn't be pushing. I'm just saying, sister. So, yes. So if you're looking for a church to check out, I know that a lot of churches are online. Go check out Vaipuna Oleola with Pastor Maverick and First Lady Audrey. There's also Win the City in Las Vegas, Nevada with Pastor Lucky Siaki. There's tons. Every pastor, I think, is doing a great job of going online, getting out of their comfort zone.
Most are doing really good.
So they're doing really good. So love Zach. Oh, hey. Oh, it's Zach. Oh, my gosh. Talofa Samoa is Zach. Hi, Zach.
Good morning, Zach.
So Zach is this sweet little boy. When we went to American Samoa last year, we visited, and he
was the highlight of our visit to American Samoa.
He was the sweetest little boy with just the most, precious soul. So he was so sweet. So you have to go check him out. That's awesome. Good morning, Herm. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Pele.
Your boyfriend's on.
Good morning, Pele. He was on this morning, and then phones. Hello. We every day at 6 a.m. there's a prayer group. Our church has a prayer group, and if you're interested, it doesn't matter what denomination you are, whether you attend that church or not. It's at 6 a.m. and it's just like max 30 minutes, and we just go into First Lady Audrey sings her heart out. Like, I just love her voice. And then we pray for the day, for whatever you need, and then you go on about your day. It's a great way to start your day. And so this morning I went on and seen Pele, and he was on for like 5 minutes. So yeah. So yesterday was the community
convening
I have it down, multi-county Pacific Islander convening of COVID-19, and so that was put on by the regional Pacific Islander response team. So they did a great job. You shut me off. You put it. You shut me off. Tao, and Natalie,
Tao Nu'uve'e.
right, and Natalie Asun, who put on the event yesterday with Kikoa. They did a great job. It was faith leaders and people from the counties, San Francisco, San Mateo, Sonoma. I mean, they did a great job of getting these people on to come on and talk about the numbers of Pacific Islanders. The disaggregated numbers.
You did a good job in the. We were the MCs for this event,
Right.
And a lot of times when we're the MCs, if we get the feeling that the group that's asking us to MC is just kind of winging it and having a good time, and you know what I mean, like it's not a real formal
Right.
event, then we try to keep it that way. Like we
Right.
try to be how the event coordinators want the event to be.
Yeah.
This one was thought out.
Yes.
I mean, it was extremely
I love it.
organized.
Yes.
They had a Zoom master.
Right.
They had all the bios, and we
Right.
had it worked out to where we didn't read all the bios. The bios were available for the attendees. We read
Right.
the highlights. It was just really
It was a
well
really
thought out.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Great job with them.
Yeah.
And you had spoken about when you introduced the county health officials.
Mm-hmm.
You did a good job of saying that it's hard to get accurate information. It's hard to get timely information, but most importantly, it's hard to get information that's specifically about Pacific Islanders.
Yeah.
And that
That's
was
awesome.
the county officials did a great job of putting
Yes.
it together to where everything they spoke about was specifically
For
about Pacific
Islanders.
Yeah.
The data, the they're sharing the screen. They had their, what is that? The
PowerPoint. Their slides
Yes,
were.
their
then
slides
they're
were
all
awesome.
like, here's the percentage of the population that Pacific Islanders make up in Alameda County,
Right.
and here's the percentage of the cases or the
Right.
deaths or all those kind of things. Like it's hard to get that information.
Yeah.
And to be on there and have that, and you knew every slide, every
Right.
speaker was going to be about us.
Yeah,
That
it was
felt good.
awesome. So Alameda County presented their numbers and stats and data. City and County of San Francisco, Santa Clara County, and San Mateo County. So big shout out to those counties for joining us yesterday. It was awesome. They stayed on for 2.5 hours. We went over, but all the information was geared towards PIs, and it was important information that we needed. So I was grateful. Also, big shout out to the Pu'u family and the Ngasaiwai family for sharing their stories
very
of
brave.
getting COVID-19 and what they did and what they didn't do and what they know what to do next time. So Pu'u and Ngasaiwai family, thank you so much for tuning in. It was amazing. They did a great job, and it's not always easy to share your personal story, but
And Jefferson got promoted on the call.
Jefferson got promoted by Dr. Nia. So we also promoted admin Poasa. We turned him into a president. He was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not a president. I was like,
We had the titles
we're
wrong.
making you a president today.
We had the titles wrong. So when he logged in, he saw that his title was president, and he was very adamant very quickly that needed to change.
He's like, take it off because the real president's going to be on. So yes. So good morning to Angel, Taele, Mila, Tony Tutongi, Lee Fakava. Oh, good morning. Happy birthday, Lena Manulelewa, and our Deja Afrotene. Please go listen to her podcast,
The Real Tautala.
The Real Tautala Afrotene. One of my favorite podcasts. I love her. Go check her out on SoundCloud, Apple. She's live on her Facebook. Go follow her. Just go follow her.
You can't keep it more real
You can't.
than Daisha.
Yeah. If you want to hear real talk and you're not, that's where you need to go.
That's the right name for her podcast.
Yeah.
The Real Tautala.
Tautala. So yeah, I
You're
love it.
going to get the real words.
Yeah, she also she was the narrator for Fangongo Samoa, the movie play that came out. That happened last week. And so she's everywhere. She's
We
busy.
saw the video that Dr. Samoa played on the show and on the convening yesterday.
Yes.
She narrated
that video, which was it. I was crying at the end of the
Yeah.
video. Because I'm a crybaby, but we watched the video and it was beautiful. It
Really well
covered.
put together.
It was really well put together. Good morning, brother Mark is on. Good morning. So yeah, that was yesterday. We had so who I wanted to really shout out during that meeting, who was a professional, and I know who I'm talking about, was Reverend Moengangongo Tamaese Jr. Tamasese Jr. Wow, he was badass yesterday.
And there's a lot of people will get, you're supposed to close, and whether it's a faith leader or not, a lot of times you're just asked to
say
close.
the prayer and out.
So they just get in there, and it's kind of a generic,
right.
God bless us, and
Yes.
go about your day. Reverend Tamasese did such a good job.
He really did.
Like, he took notes, and he didn't just comment on people's material. Like,
he quoted
them, and he talked about what it meant to the community,
right?
And what his personal take was on. I mean,
Yes.
he did an amazing job.
He did an amazing job. I was like, oh my God, look at him.
We were immediately
he blew us out the water.
We were texting back and forth the whole time. We're like, wow, this guy.
He was like, thank you to Dr. Moss I agree with you for this. And, Rhonda. I was like, okay, go ahead, Reverend.
It was like a quick, hard-hitting summary of the entire day, and it was interesting.
Yes.
It was well put together.
Yes.
He tied it all together with Oprah and The Rock.
Yeah. Yes, he did. So it was a great event. If you missed it, they're going to share the webinar or later on this week. It was recorded, and you had to register, and we thought it was going to be online, but it'll be online this week. Yeah.
That's so inbred in our DNA, our company DNA is like, it always is live. And then it was like the day before, I was talking to Tao, and I was like, do we want to try to go live on multiple platforms?
She's like, no.
We're not. And then you and I were like, oh, we're not going to go live. So we're going to get our hands on that video, and we're going to post it on our own social media.
Yes, it was a good program, webinar. Right. Learned a lot, talked to a lot of different people. We got to talk to families that had COVID, Pacific Islander families that had COVID. And so you get to listen to them. You got to listen to Dr. Samoa talk about stats and what it means and what happens. And then who else? Dr. Nia Ayatoto. I always jack that up. But Dr. Nia, she's like the bomb. She is PhD awesome. In everything. She knows everything, and she
speaks like 5 or 6 different languages.
Right. So
and speaks them
awesome.
Really well, not just barely speaks them.
Right. And she you're right. She speaks all languages fluently. So I got to get on that level. Okay. Good morning, Sister Hopi.
Good morning, Hopi.
Me Alofa Tafili. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to ask you to share because we'll be going over some emergency procedures and Rank choice voting. If you don't know what that is, tune in. We're about to educate your ass. So what else happened? Tuesday, we took a break from Faika because we were just like burnt out. And then
it was a busy
oh my God, it's been a busy week. And our PBD has been like crazy busy, and I'm trying to slowly like catch up. I'm trying to slowly catch up. And so we didn't do a show on Tuesday because we were waiting. We had just like literally were on Zoom calls all freaking day. So we'll be on this Tuesday. Catch us at 5:00 right here on our Facebook page. Also Monday, tomorrow, we have Koviki Talk. This past week, we had Dr. Andrew Pati Young and Dr. Samoa. So they broke down the COVID-19 virus. They broke it down so much that even they dummied it up so much that I understood.
Yeah, Nackie and I are there to bring the average IQ down to, to some level where you can understand what they're saying.
Right.
And they did. At the end, we took a break. We did something. I can't remember. We had another speaker come in, and I couldn't wait to get back to this, this flow chart of how remdesivir interrupted the flow of the COVID-19 of the virus, and all I could think of was I can't wait to get back to that, so that he can explain how it works. He did Dr. Young did a fantastic job.
He did an amazing job.
He got Nackie and I interested in DNA
and how COVID-19 is broken down and how they're creating the medicine. It's a really good show, and if you don't understand how COVID-19 works, please go and check it out. It's on our Facebook page. You can fast forward to where
Right.
Dr. Ah Young talks about breaking down COVID-19 and how we're trying to create a vaccine to stop it.
If you watch that, you will know more about COVID-19
Right.
than 99% of the people you talk to about
Right,
it. You're going to know more
Yeah,
about
educate yourself
yeah.
about what's going on and how you need to protect yourself and how we're trying to find a vaccine to stop the virus. So
Get our lives back.
Get our lives back. So yeah, that is happening. What else? Wednesday,
week?
like meetings. I know I missed Cafe Wellness, happened on Friday. I was headed home. So when I'm on the road, I try not to be on Zoom. I can't help it sometimes. Cafe Wellness happened on Friday. It happens once a month. So go check them out. This week on the Faika broadcast, we'll have Kiki Soliai, who is Taupo Samoa. She's the founder and creator of that dance group, and they've been in business for like over 20 years. She's highly respected in the PI community down it's everywhere, but she's based out of San Diego, so I'm looking forward to that. That's this Tuesday. Tune in at 5 p.m. Koviki Talk this week is Monday, so we're every Monday.
We would have met Kiki if not for
Yeah.
COVID-19. We would have been
Right.
at PIFA
Right.
last month.
Right.
But no, there's none of that this year.
There's none of that this year.
We'll be there
so.
next year.
We will be there next year. So check us out. I feel like we're everywhere, and I just don't want you to get sick of my face. But we're trying to get you educated on a lot of crazy stuff that PIs are underrepresented.
Underrepresented and
good word?
I think
Yeah.
underinformed.
Underinformed. There you
Things
go.
like we went over on yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that we should know. This information we should have. It's about us.
Yeah. So everything we need to know about us, and then we're trying to highlight as many Pacific Islanders as we can, so that you can see them in a different light. Like Dr. Samoa is an endocrinologist. He's the only Pacific Islander endocrinologist in the United States. Dr. Ah Young he's a freaking scientist, right? I mean, he's super smart. He's a scientist, but
He's working on the vaccine.
yeah, he's working on the vaccine. Like there's a Pacific Islander working on the vaccine. How crazy amazing is that, right? So we just want to show PIs in a different light and see, we could do that.
Right.
Educators like Professor Lassie is a professor at the college, San Francisco City College. You can be a professor. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want.
Programmer. You can. We have so many. I was going back through some of our old shows, and I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
and then them.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
not to shout ourselves out, but we have found some really amazing people.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for that. Now, what else do we have on the list? Did we cover everything, Mena? Koviki? Well, not yet, but are we going to we're not going to a song because we don't have a song.
We can do ranked choice voting.
Okay, let's do ranked choice voting.
Okay. So let me pull this up, and
In case you don't know what ranked choice voting is, Carl is about to break it down for you.
yeah, let me know, Mena, when you have that up. I can give you a quick update. It's
Okay.
10-0 Steelers over the Browns in the first quarter.
That is your NFL update.
That's the update. Bang bang. What is
Niner
it?
gang.
Yeah, I have a hard time saying that. You guys don't play till tonight.
Don't
right?
hate. You see,
I'm not hating. I'm saying
such a hater.
I'm saying that you're not playing tonight.
Such a hater.
Hopefully, you have enough players to get on the field. Everybody's hurt.
Everybody's hurt. Everybody's hurt. What can I say?
All right, enough about that. Let's talk about ranked
Go
choice
Brown.
voting. Go. You mispronounced no severely. Ranked choice voting. So what is it and how does it work? So what it is a plurality election is what we have now. So if Nackie and I run for office, it is simply who gets the most votes. And it may seem simple, but what happens with that is if we have a really close vote, if Nackie and I are running for the same office and we have a really close vote, we may have a runoff election. And runoff elections would be where they go to the ballots and to the polling places and they confirm different ballots and those kind of things. Those are expensive. Cities and counties and states, they pay for that. The taxpayer pays for that.
Yeah, I was going to say we pay for that.
Right. So this eliminates that. So on slide 3, if Mena wants to advance to that, we'll have an example of this. So Nackie, can you see that? Mm-mm. Okay. you have a
What is ranked choice voting?
so on the
Alternative.
third slide you have you have 6 different
yeah.
types of fruit, right?
There you go.
This would be like, what is your favorite fruit, Nackie?
Geez, let me see what we got. Oh, papaya.
Papaya. That's
Okay.
number 1.
That's
your
number
one
one.
choice.
Yes.
Who's number 2?
Mango.
Mango otai.
Mango Otai. Big shout out to Tokemoana.
All right. So papaya is number 1. Mango's number 2.
Right.
Who's number 3?
I'll go with banana.
Banana. And 4?
Coconut.
Coconut. And 5?
Pineapple.
Yeah, ulu way down at the bottom.
Yes.
Look at, I don't agree
I'm
with
not
that.
an Ulu person.
Anyway, so that's how you would go to the polls,
Right.
and you would vote 1 through 6
Yeah.
on each of these.
Right.
And you need to vote your top, your second, your third, your fourth, your fifth, your sixth.
Right.
So this is important because San Francisco, Berkeley, Oakland, San Leandro, just in the Bay Area, are already ranked choice voting.
Ranked choice
so we
voting.
need to understand this process so that we can participate in this.
Right.
So 6 choices, you rank them 1 to 6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give an example of the 2018 mayoral race in San Francisco, where London Breed won that in a really close election. So Mena can go to the next slide. When you see this slide, each of the slides we go through, blue is the person who won that round and has the most votes. Red is the person who had the least votes and who we're going to eliminate in that round. So in round 1, you can see that London Breed was the top vote getter with 89,770 votes. And then it goes all the way down, and Michelle Bravo would be like breadfruit for Nackie. Michelle Bravo got the least votes. So
Okay.
her 859 votes, she gets eliminated from the election. And her 859 votes, they take out her number 1 votes.
Oh.
And they push
Put it
all
all to
the
number 2.
remaining candidates in the race.
So whoever had her in like 3 or
Right.
4, she would go in their slot.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so
got
you can
it.
see 114 people of Michelle Bravo's votes went to London Breed. 112 votes
Went to Mark
of
Leno.
Michelle Bravo's,
Okay.
because she's out,
Right.
went to Mark Leno. And so you can see as it goes down the line, when you look at that and you push it over, you can already see who's going to be out in round 2. We'll go to the next slide, and you'll see that London
So
Breed...
they do that all the way up. 6,
Yes.
5, 4, 3. Oh,
Right.
God.
So
Okay,
London
okay.
Breeds continues to be winning the election.
Right.
With
Okay,
89,000 votes. Amy Farrah Weiss is now out. She was the lowest vote getter when they redid the votes.
Okay.
She had 1,688 votes.
So her
Her votes get reapportioned in according to how she ranked them
Okay, okay.
to everybody else. So that means that when you look at Amy Farrah Weiss and Jane Kim, you can see who ranked high on Amy Farrah Weiss's.
Yeah.
Her voters rated Jane Kim very high, 2s and 3s. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can kind of see where the votes are going to go. So Amy Farrah Weiss is out.
So if everybody voted for Amy Farrah Weiss, and so now she doesn't win.
Right.
So then
She's
the
out.
people who had her as 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, they get distributed out as 2,
Accordingly.
3, and 4
Right.
and 5. Okay, got
Okay.
it.
So next slide. London Breed's continuing to win, lengthening her lead a little bit. Richie Greenberg is now the lowest vote getter. So he had 7,119 votes. Those votes get put out to the remaining candidates. And you can see Angela Alioto benefited the most by Richie Greenberg exiting the election. So you see how this is
Yes.
going. There's only one more slide after this one. This one, London Breed continues to win. She's still only at 37 and 39%. Ellen Lee Zhou is out. She's got 10,430 votes. Those get reapportioned between Angela Aliotti, Jane Kim, Mark Leno, and London Breed.
Got it.
This is the final one. So you see Angela Aliotta's out. Her 21,000 votes are going to go to Jane Kim, Mark Leno, and London Breed. So really the next slide we see is we're going to see who wins. And you're going to see you're going to see Jane Kim leaves the election. 64,000 votes get apportioned between Mark Leno and London Breed. Mark Leno makes up. So I'm going to go back one slide. Go back one slide, Mena. You can see Mark Leno is at 29% of the total vote, and London Breed's at 43% of the total vote in round 6. And then when Jane Kim leaves the election, a ton of her votes went to Mark Leno, and he makes up all kinds of ground, but he still loses. So in the end, London Breed wins 50.49% of the vote in an extremely close election. But that's how ranked choice voting works.
That's awesome.
You find the person who has the least votes, they're eliminated, and then their votes are reapportioned to the remaining candidates.
Awesome.
Very important that we understand.
6. 7.
It's very important that we understand how this works, because it's becoming what happens in California ends up happening in the United States.
Yes.
I mean, progressively, that's how things have worked. Not all things, but that's how a lot of things work. Regulation happens.
But we need you to understand that in the Bay Area, that's how we work.
We're slide 9. So, these are, when you see these in cities like San Leandro and San Francisco and Berkeley, you're going to see these in more places in California, and you're going to see these in more places in the United States. Mena, if you can go back to slide 3, I want to just real briefly get everybody to understand this. So when we're looking at the breadfruit and the mango and the coconut, if I'm mango and I'm running for office, I can't just talk to mango fans. I've got to talk to breadfruits fans and voters.
Everybody.
I've got to talk to everybody's, because I not only want you to vote me mango number 1, I got to go to bananas voters and go, I need you to, if I'm not going to be your number 1, I've got to be your number 2.
Right.
So what do you need and what do you want? And I can support that. So in a ranked choice voting election, you need to appeal to a broader base. You can't just, and the biggest example I'd give you is Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been he got into office, and he's been in office for 4 years, and he's mainly speaking to his base. And that's why he bugs so many people. It's because he doesn't really appeal to the middle. He doesn't really speak to the middle. He just speaks to his base. In ranked choice voting, you've got to appeal to a much broader group of people. So, and I do believe it's the way that a lot of elections are going to go. I don't know if we'll ever get on a national level, but local level elections are moving this way, especially in California. And, like we said earlier, what happens in California ends up happening in other states. So, we were off slides. Do you want me to go back through it really quick? Okay. So, slide 4. There you have Shel Bravo leaving the race, and London Breed is winning. Those 859 votes will go to everybody else. Go to slide 5. Slide 5 shows Amy Farrah Weiss leaving the election. Her 1,688 votes go to the remaining people, and you can see who benefits the most from Amy Farrah Weiss leaving the election is Jane Kim. She moved up 582 votes. Go to slide 6. There you have Richie Greenberg leaving the election because he's the lowest vote getter. London Breed continues to lead. Who benefits the most? Angela Alioto benefits the most from Richie Greenberg leaving the election. Slide 7. Ellen Lee Zhu leaves the race. Her 10,430 votes. London Breed is the one that benefited the most. So she showed up highest on Ellen Lee Zhu's voting base. Slide 8. Angela Alioto leaves 21,000 votes. And again, London Breed is the biggest benefit of that is she gets 6,244 votes. And then slide 9, Jane Kim leaves, and a lot of those votes go to Mark Leno. You can see of the 64,000 votes that Jane Kim exited the election with, of the reapportion, when they give those votes out, 43,000 went to Mark Leno. So Mark Leno and Jane Kim were much more aligned than Jane Kim and London Breed. But in the end, London Breed won with 50.5%. So that's ranked choice voting. Definitely enough of voting. So let's move on.
Thank you for that. I think a lot of people are going to learn learn what that is about. So share if you haven't shared already. What else do we have?
Touchdown Steelers.
Oh, nice.
17-0.
Yeah, the Koviki talk. We have Koviki talk this week, where since online voting is formally done, I believe, or registered to vote, is October 19th. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. It's voting in time of Corona with Joseph Saya, Margarita Satini, and Manu Malo Ala Ilima, who is with Utopia PDX. We love her. She's bomb ass. So that's who we have on Koviki Talk tomorrow. We have a 21 series episode of Koviki Talk where we talk about everything Pacific Islander, everything to do with COVID-19 and how you're affected. And tomorrow we'll be talking about how you can vote, because if you don't want to go in, which a lot of places aren't going in, they highly recommend that you mail your votes in. I know a lot of people are scared about that.
We covered that.
Yes, we did.
There are states. Oregon has been mail-in only since the mid-'90s.
Mm-hmm. They've
not had issues. Colorado is mail-in only. There are safeguards in place, and there's a lot of people that are saying, there's, they're sending them out to people.
Right.
They're matching signatures. There's barcodes. There's all kinds of protections in place. And here's something to think about. Over a quarter of the country has already voted. If the same turnout happens that happened in 2016, 25% of America's already voted. There's like 15 million votes that are already in for this, and they're doing it safely by sending the votes in.
Yeah, so tune in tomorrow and learn everything about voting. Good morning to Lani Mausili. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in.
Good morning,
Brian
Lani.
to Omata. Thank you. Our Maury is back in. Vi Amai. Good morning, Vi. William Hines. Thank you for tuning in this morning.
Good morning. William Hines, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you for
Former,
your service.
Sergeant Major in the Marines.
Awesome. So that's tomorrow is Koviki Talk. It'll be awesome. You'll learn lots of shit. So tune in at 5:00 on our PBD page. Voting. If you also the census, they cut the freaking census, and it was completed October 15th, which was supposed to be October 31st. It was supposed to go until October 31st, and then the president went into the Superior Court and asked them to stop or cut the date, or
they said they wanted to close the census so that they could prepare the report for Trump on time. It's so that they could make the report on time. How about you get the information?
How about you get an accurate count
Right.
for us? Yes. That's so irritating. So, but you've had until Kingdom Come. So if you didn't fill out your census 2020, man, you get on my nerves. We Pacific Islanders are way undercounted, have been way undercounted since 2010. The next time we can vote or do the census is 2030. And so hopefully I'm praying that you all filled out your census, and because we need resources, we need lots and lots of stuff that our community is missing out on.
Essentially 315 federal programs. They're going to receive $1.3 trillion in funding a year. And where those go is directly related to the census. So there's $1.3 trillion on the table for 300 programs. And it's about how many people there are to be funded.
Yeah.
And if we didn't get counted right,
man,
it's going to affect everything: education, social programs, things like us.
Right. So, yeah, it was the last day to fill out your census was October 15th, and so I'm just hoping that our numbers, when they pull out the numbers, I think in December. Well, maybe not. It could be further than that. But I know by April of next year, the report has to be public, right?
Those 2 weeks are going to make a big, big difference.
There you go, people. I hope you filled out your census. What else? Are we going to do the emergency thingy, Minna? we could just talk about that real quick. If you are not prepared, I think one of the things, because of the fires that have been happening and the smoke, like we've had family members evacuate because of the smoke, the fires that are going on in California, and then just COVID-19, the fires. I know if you are from Northern California, even in Southern California, the fires have been going crazy everywhere. And so a lot of residents, this week there was a fire in South City. So I grew up in South City. And there's this mountain where it says the South San Francisco City of Industrial something. What? Oh, the industrial city. It's been there forever and a day. And this week, that mountain was on fire, and it was getting closer to where the South City, the wording was. So I know a lot of family members, and I know a lot of friends that were going live. They were going live from their house, and they were so close to that sign that people were worried that they have to evacuate. So if you had to evacuate, are you ready? Are you prepared to evacuate? What do you need? What things do you need? And we've gone over. I've been posting all week just because it's a lot of it has to do with California being prepared in case of an emergency. If an earthquake happened, I know that.
Because it doesn't just have to be fire.
Yeah, just an earthquake.
Anything.
It could be anything, like some kind of natural disaster happens. Are you prepared? Do you have what you need to get your family through? I know that when family members were evacuating because of the smoke was so heavy in Vacaville, they had to take bags with them, and in your bag, you got to make sure you have your medication, all your birth certificates, legal documents that you need, pictures, your medication. If you have a pet, your pet food, pet supplies, your pet. But it's just really important information that we've been posting all month about what you need in case of an emergency. And then this week, do we have the
and
poster up?
You've been posting links to
listoscalifornia.org.
California, and they're really the resource. They are a great resource for all your checklist that you should have on the wall, how you can train your family. And we talked about that. Have somebody that you can call from out of the area to check in with. Is there a place for the family to meet? If you can't meet at the house, where's the next place? If you can't meet there, you got to be out of the city. Then where are you going to try to get to? All these things are things that you want to do, but if you don't get them done, emergency is called an emergency because those are things that you need to have at that time. So nobody gets to plan out the fires. Nobody gets to plan out an earthquake. Yeah. That could happen whenever. And so if you're not prepared, it just makes things a lot tougher.
Yeah. So this week I'll be posting local radio station directory for emergency alerts. You have to have a portable radio to get all your information, because once your phone dies out, good morning, Leah. Once your phone dies out, if there's no electricity, how are you going to get the information to you and your family? So make sure you have a portable radio. Up now, we're going to put up local radio stations that you can listen to for emergency alerts. All the area, Alameda, Alpine, Amador, Calaveras, all.
Right. Do you know the station for your county?
Do you know the station for your county?
Which one would you tune into?
Oh, I would turn into.
But those are all questions that you got to know. You should have that programmed into your radio. They have hand crank radios that don't take batteries.
Right.
So
how awesome is that?
You just hand crank it for 30 seconds, and you can get 20 minutes of time. And 20 minutes when you're just trying to get an update on there. They have hand crank and solar little power packs that you can charge your phone with. That you can charge things with. Those are the kind of things, like, you either have them or you don't.
Yeah. So
and buying them now, putting those things somewhere in the garage, maybe in your car even.
Yeah.
But having those things now is going to help you, and it gives you peace of mind as well.
Yes.
If I know my family knows exactly what to do in the event of emergency, I feel better. If it happens and all of a sudden you don't know, and you're trying to get on cell phones, and the cell phone towers are overloaded. So if you can't get through on the cell phone and text messages and messaging isn't working, is there overlaying plan where you're like, we're going to meet at
so-and-so's house.
Sizzler.
Yeah. So yeah, I have it where it's up now on the screen. So I'll post it so that you can check out what radio station you need to tune into. So yeah, that's it for that. But Ava is Schroeder. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Tara Soto and Arlia Poasa is tuning in. She's been busy doing her master's, working on her
some brainy
super smart
yeah.
thing that
Yeah.
her, she has a super brainy fiance, and she's super brainy.
Can you imagine
so
their kids?
they're gonna be super duper brainy.
They're gonna come out scientists or astronauts or something.
Right. So yes. So good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in this morning. We ask you to share the important information that we shared about
Ranked choice voting and emergency preparedness.
We talked about the multi-county
convening.
So check that out. Check out our podcast tomorrow at 5 p.m. and Tuesday at 5 p.m.
Speaking of smart people, we're going to be on the air with two really smart people tomorrow. 3 really smart people tomorroh.
Yes.
Going to be.
Yes.
I was thinking of last week of Dr. Patia Young and Dr. Samoa. It's going to be 3 people that any question you got about voting, they're going to be able to answer.
Yeah. That's Joseph Saya, Margarita Satini, and Manu Malo. So great, amazing community leaders. They're going to help us get through voting in Corona, in Koviki. So there you go. I think we have SEDC, who is doing an amazing job during the COVID season or COVID season
They did
during
a good job
COVID,
getting on the phones and the computers.
Right.
Once everything shut down and you couldn't get to SCDC, SCDC got to you.
Yeah, so they have virtual programs, wellness check-in every Wednesday for parents, chat with other parents about life in the new norm, talk about the craziness of the pandemic, decompress, debrief, and join via Zoom. They have all that information on their website or their Facebook page and Instagram. They have a virtual academic support, wellness and academic support for students during distance learning, elementary school from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m., and middle school to high school 3 p.m. to 5:30 every Monday through Friday. You must register with SCDC to get the Zoom link.
And then on Tuesday, they have Sa'asa Amai, and that's a cultural exercise program. Keep it moving in a chair. So, and I love that they did this because how many people are stuck working from home and they're on Zoom or Teams or GoToMeeting or something where they're stuck in front of their computer and they're in a chair. So that's how this exercise program is designed. And it is Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. as well. We will post the meeting IDs and the passcodes on our Facebook.
Awesome. I love that SCDC is like in doing the shit, right? So they've
do that.
So also Utopia San Francisco has a podcast. They'll be on today at 5 p.m. Neil and Kekoa, they'll be having 4 guests this Sunday or at 5 p.m. They'll be talking to transgender women and what they've been going through and everything that struggles and not so much struggles. And so it's going to be a good show. Tune in at 5 p.m. You'll need to go to the Utopia San Francisco page, 5 p.m.
They got a big lineup coming up. Have you seen their lineup? The Coco Chandelier. They have like three or four guests scheduled out, and they're big ones. So tune in to Neil and Kekoa's show.
Yes.
Essence of Mana. You can follow their Essence of Mana page for their Talanoa Tuesday. This past Tuesday, who did they? Oh, there were Zoom problems this past Tuesday.
Yeah, they had Kiki on, and
that's right.
On Tuesday they had Kiki, so it was a good show. I went to go pay attention and listen, and so everything wonderful about Kiki. Go to the Essence of Mana page.
Check that out, and it's every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
You can go to their page, hear everything about that program, and that's Nani. That's Nani Wilson, Lulu, Anthony, and That's it, right?
Yeah, Lulu, Nani, and Anthony.
Yeah, they do a great job of that. They've
They
grown
do a
that
great
show.
job. Yes,
That show
yes,
has grown
yes.
immensely. Let's see. Their parenting project started September 17th. It's a 12-week program. It's free. And it's designed to support adult family members to develop communication skills and tips leading to a more loving and nurturing family relationship. Again, Nani Wilson is your contact, nwilson@aars.org.
And then Snacky with Nackie, round 8 is still going on. We stretched, I think we're going 2 weeks now. And so we are on round 8. So far we have $633.50. So thank you so much to everyone who's donated 50 cents or more, or what you can donate. We appreciate it so much. And what we do, Snacky with Nackie, is we ask followers, friends, family for 50 cents to Venmo to Nackie at Nackie. And at the end of the week, or the end of round 8, we'll go to Snacky somewhere, and then we will tip the server a massive tip. And so far, we're going to tip the server $633.50. So if you are interested, we post the flyer everywhere. Our my Venmo account is at Nackie, Nackie. Cash App is Nackie5. 5 because I got 5 babies. So Nackie5. And I think that's it. I think we're all informed out, right?
You did a good job, Nackie.
Right. I can't wait till the pandemic is over and we can have actual guests come into the studio, and there you go.
We'll start with just an actual studio.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we need our studio.
We've moved from the dining room to the nook in the Moley house.
we keep getting pushed out. We were in the dining room because we're like, oh, it's going to last for about a month or two. And here we are 7 months later. And
moved to the breakfast nook.
Moved to the breakfast nook because my family needs the dining room back. So I can't think of anything else going on this week other than Zoom, and podcasts. A lot. Amu, all my Usos, they're selling a T-shirt. I don't know how many sizes they have left, but you want to go to Christine Mauia's page, also all my Usos, and purchase a T-shirt. It's $20, any size. All proceeds go. They collect every month for Cancer Awareness Month. They raise money, and at the end of the month, they go to distribute or give families that are going through cancer or dealing with cancer money for, gas or food that they may need. Sometimes it's the breadwinner in your family that gets cancer and can't work. And so Amu does a great job of funding people at the end of the month. They're also doing their Amu Cancer Drive, which if you want to donate 50 cents, also Venmo Christine Mauia. She's on Venmo, 50 cents or whatever you're able to donate. And again, all those proceeds go to the families at the end of the month. Good morning, Fia. Fia, Washington is checking in again. So there you go. I think we're done. I'm not sure. We're good. Check us out. And if you're in LA, go to 106.3 KALI. You will hear Koviki talk. You will hear us on the actual radio.
106.3 on your FM dial.
On your FM dial. We'll also be with Island City soon, where we've
submitted content.
Yes. So we'll be with Q and DJ Green on Island City. They've rebranded their name, so they're now Island City. You'll find them and us on the Dash app. So go ahead and download the Dash app. Look for us, I believe, Wednesdays. I'm not sure. Green has to get back to us, Brother Green. And so, yeah, I think you're going to find us everywhere. So, and hear us everywhere. And we're pretty excited about that. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah.
Yep. And just quick note, Brother Mose was over there pointing to his phone. So he wanted me to give an update to the Steelers game. It's 24-0 Steelers.
And my son turns 30 this week. I know. He's
starting a cooking show I saw on social media.
Yes, he started a cooking show. So my son turns 30 this week on Saturday. So he's the oldest of my Fab Five. So happy birthday to my baby, Mac Moley, a.k.a. Mac Moley. Happy birthday.
A.k.a. Mac Moley.
Mac Moley, a.k.a. Mac Moley. So I think I'm all tucked out, It's time to go eat again. I think that's all we have. Tune in. You'll see us tomorrow. You'll see us Tuesday. You'll see us.
A
You'll
lot.
see us a lot. So we're grateful for the time that you give us. We're grateful for putting us in your ears. If you listen this week, please go check out Fangong o Samoa is now on YouTube. That was put on by Samoan Solutions, Epi and Fanga. Go check out their page. Go to YouTube. Check out the play. They had it. It was supposed to be a go into your theaters and theater and watch the play. They transitioned and made it a movie. So they had a drive-in movie last week. And now you can actually see the play on YouTube. Please go check it out. It's a great play put on by Sia Figel and Epi and Fanga, Samoan Solutions. Please go follow them on all social media outlets. We are done. Thank you for tuning in this week.
Have a great Sunday.
Have a great Sunday. Come back to Faika with us.
Coming from the next lane.
It's a cold world, but I'm gon' shine through. They told me keep my head up, well I've been trying to. They say that I'm gon' do it big, well I've been dying to. I wish I got that same love from the ones that lied to. Cause it's a cold world, but
Coming from the next lane.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Q.
Joe Sav.
From Island Block Radio. Y'all are tuned in to the Faika podcast.
Every Sunday at 10 to 12 noon.
Stop playing. Come on.